Alright guys, welcome back to another recap. Now today's going to be one that you guys want to watch because you guys are going to see mistakes that I did, a couple of things that I did wrong, and I am going to admit that I did wrong. I got lucky today. I'm actually green, but I had a couple of trays in here that I shouldn't have taken, that I should have stopped out a little bit early. And maybe it was a little bit of frustration from the morning. I had, again, internet issues. Actually, not even internet issues, now power issues. So this morning it was pretty slow. We had JP speaking at 9 a.m., which was right around here. And at this point, I think I took some longs, like right here, looking for this double bottom here for this 190 level to hold. And as soon as I took that long, everything turns off. You know, my stream turns off, my internet goes out, my PC turns off, everything in my room is off. So the switch actually popped, the breaker popped, and so I couldn't do anything. I ended up closing it out of my phone. Luckily, it was a very small share size here position, so I ended up taking a small loss on that one. But at this point, I was almost pretty break even. But then my power goes out, you know, and this move happens here. So the break of 190 and then flushes down to 188. That's a $2 move that I was back in my garage trying to flip the switch and then trying to reboot my whole computer up and load the stream. I think I booted up my computer somewhere around here a couple of minutes and then loaded the stream, and by that point it was already down here. You know, I think I got some of this here but didn't wasn't able to trade it. And so that was unfortunate. You know, I got a little bit upset, a little bit emotional after that. You know, the only clean move in the day at that point, where this thing dropped from 190 to 186, $4 a share without a pullback. I was not sitting at my computer to see that, to be able to jump in it. Now, I thought, you know, I don't usually look at news, and you guys know that, but for some reason, I just thought that this was just going to be a giant move, and Tesla's finally get a nice sell-off on the daily. You know, the daily's been holding up. You guys can see it over here. Every time it wicks down to 180s, 186, 185, this thing just comes right back up, right? And so I thought this was just a gap fill. It was going to continue lower. And so in here, I ended up adding some shorts through this area, looking for that next leg down. This thing kind of stalled here, so it had like 4 red candles there with low volume, so it didn't want to go anywhere. And at that point, I flipped to a long. I think I caught this very nice candle there. But at this point, you know, I think I'm still green red on the day. You know, break even, not that bad up to here. I think I was still looking at the bigger chart, bigger time frame, and I don't think I got them pulled up right now. I do. Okay, but that's SPY. At this point, I thought this is just big old flagging on the 15-minute to go down to that lows, right? So at this point, you know, we got that low there of 185, which was my ultimate target that I was looking for, which is that 185.42 there. I thought this thing just sold off, was going to try to flag here and then go for the next leg down to 185. So when that happens, I had so much like conviction that this thing was going to drop. I ended up adding short. I ended up adding short here. And then when I looked at this, I was like, you know what? I probably should wait for this level here again, the 190 level. And the reason why is, you know, that was our little bit of support. That was a little bit of support, and that's what initiated the flush. So I like to think that that was a level that buyers were stepping in at, and when they got stopped out, it created a flush. So when I saw this thing coming back up to that same level, I was already in it short here. I think I added more towards that 190, and then finally I was adding, you know, my last little bit of shares here across 190 30s, 190 50s. So I added, and I'm adding short while this thing is just straight up squeezing. I didn't think it was going to do this. You know, I really thought this thing was going to go right back down. I should have, you know, maybe realized that the volume was increasing here. So as volume is increasing, this thing is looking stronger and stronger. Maybe it'd have already taken out 190, so at this point I shouldn't have added up here. Or, you know, maybe should have taken my first initial ad here and then immediately stopped out the second I saw this thing going against me. There was a lot of different ways that I could have played this, but I think the worst one that I could have played was add to a losing position, add to a losing position, add to a losing position, add to a losing position. And I was in, I think at this point, you know, I was adding 200, 200, 200, 200. And so at this point I was in this trade, and I probably top ticked the exit up here somewhere. I ended up getting out. Um, you know, I think this candle, when this candle closed with an inverted hammer, I think at this one I was so confident. So when this thing just went against that kind of price action there, I ended up getting out. And I'm pretty sure I might have top ticked this entry here. And just like that, I go from pretty break even on the day. Nothing had happened up here. I had this level up since the morning, the 192.30. I even called it on stream. Didn't think I should have just trusted it that I was going to hold and reject it. But, this happened where I got stopped at a loss because I had to exit from my phone due to power issues. Then this thing flushed down without me. I tried a short, was a good attempt. Tried it long, scalped it there for a little bit. Tried the short again, added to losing position, and then stopped out. So at that point, I was down, I think, 1.1 on the K, 1.1K on just Tesla. Now, I did take a few trades on penny stocks, and I did take a short, so I'll show you guys that. I took this trade on TDUP. This stock wasn't really on my watch until it started coming through here, started flagging, and as soon as I thought this thing was going for a high, I ended up kind of chasing this small share size, 1500 for a new high of day. This thing held higher lows, higher lows, kind of flushed, and then boom, right back up, and it started showing a high. So I thought this thing was gonna go straight through high of day here and maybe up to that $3. So I ended up taking the trade like right here somewhere, I think, and then I stopped that right away as soon as this thing came back down. So a little bit of a loss there. Now the very first trade that I took this morning was actually on TRKA. And TRKA, this is a trade that I would take again and again, and every time I see this trade, I would take it. The only thing that probably had this trade not work out was maybe it was so close to the open. The first 2 or 3 minutes of the open tend to be really aggressive, whether that's buyers, whether that's sellers. And so I think even before market open, I said there's a 99.99% chance I am positive that this thing goes up to $1. I'm not saying it's going to claim $1, and I'm not saying this thing is going to run past $1, but at least I can see this thing go really close to $1, maybe spike over $1, and then shorts will attack this thing right back on down. And so when this popped up, it tried flushing, reclaim VWAP popped up. I started loading right there, 97, 98 cents. You guys can see here my entry. I think I loaded 15K shares, so I started loading right there, 97, 97. And this thing went 98, broke 98, went 99, and at 99 there was a couple orders there that started getting filled. I really thought this thing was going to go straight 99 to $1, and if it would have done that, there was so many short orders here that this thing would have gone 105, 110. It would have opened up pretty nicely, but instead it hit 99, and as soon as it hit 99, shorts weren't letting this go over, and this thing just slammed back down. I was able to get out pretty early. You can see I took some out at 98, so even at some profit, and then looks like I got flushed on down to 94 right about here with 10K shares. So that's what I ended up losing $200 on. So that was a losing trade, and that was the very first trade of the day. So I did start off in the red because of that one. I've been going for penny stock breakouts. Maybe still not the market for it. Maybe I'm still being impatient about it. I love taking penny stock breakouts, but this was a red trade on a breakout, and this was a red trade on a breakout. So two red trades on a breakout. If it wouldn't have been for those two, it would have been Tesla by itself today, and would have been a 1.1 day. Now, let me go ahead and take this off. I got really lucky. Today, the fact that Tesla picked a volume later in the day and was tradable was the only reason that I stayed at my desk and kept trading this thing all day. If you see, even yesterday, so Monday, but there was another day where it was so choppy. Kind of like this day, you get a nice pop at the open, 2 hours in, and then this thing just goes sideways literally all day long. Then even yesterday, no, that's not yesterday. Yesterday, this day, kind of fades, but then goes sideways, super choppy. This is a clean move, but for you to catch this move, you would have had to look at the stock for 2 hours and track it down and be lucky enough to catch that move, right? And then kind of just slowly grind it back up. So that was kind of iffy. Today, though, we had those news come out. I missed that opening range. I missed that opening flush, and then I was on the wrong side of this flush. This is a straight V recovery. That's not what I thought would have done. That's why I was so against it. And then I had this giant kind of pennant here, and I guess I could, maybe make it a little bigger. Something like this, and look at that, breakout, retest. You could have taken some longs there and then would have gone this move. But if you see here, though, this right here, it was choppy. I had a little bit of a range box right here, so it's kind of chopping around that range, right? and the volume is dead. But then when it broke out of that pennant, this volume increased right here, and so I was able to get some trades through here. And then actually the big trade of the day, where I ended up going from like 600 to $600 to 1,000 profit, was back here. And this thing went up. He broke highs on the day, went back to higher highs on the day. The 5-minute chart was starting to look a little extended, had a little bit of an inverted hammer up there. And as soon as this thing started rejecting, this started rejecting up here, I was just watching it and watching it. And at this point, it got so heavy, and my big trade was literally here. I ended up taking like 1,000 shares short right here. Kind of, it's trying to catch the highs here, so trying to bounce, bounce, bounce. It loses that level, and then a little bit of a downtrend here. These two candles tried pushing up, so when I saw the third one tried pushing up for it again, I ended up shorting that one. I loaded like 10k, not 10k, 1,000 shares here, and I got this very nice move. And I think I was fully out around here with a couple 200 shares, but that right there, my entry was 193.50, is down to 192.70s, so that's about 30, I mean not 30, 60, 70 cents. But obviously I was taking some along the way, so I ended up getting a pretty nice 400, maybe 400, $500 window there that took me up to 1.1k on the day. But that little move right there was what saved the day. Aside from that, I was up already $600 before that, so 650 or something like that. And that was a thing. I waited for this thing to happen. I think I tried a short here, got squeezed out, and then that same 192.30 level this morning. So you can see all this resistance right there. I ended up taking a few shorts right here, so I took a few shorts right there. Caught this tiny move down, but we're holding higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. So it ended up going against me again. So I got another squeezed out. I got squeezed out again until I finally got the backside. And honestly, I could have followed it down a lot more, but I had already recovered big chunk of my profits, and now sitting at $814 on the day. So I was like, you know what, I am done. I didn't deserve to be green today. If it wouldn't have been for this volume and random move that happened middle of the day, I don't even know if it was news or not, I would have definitely been locking in a green day. I mean a red day, sorry. But instead, locking in another green day. So still technically all green for March, but I'm not even gonna aim for the all green month, because that's a lot of days. 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, so this is 5, 5, 5, 15, 18 days. Odds of me going 18 days green it's not gonna happen. So then again, today should have been a red day. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching. Yesterday I did say I was gonna do a recap, and then I ended up going to go play pickleball, like I told you guys. But had a huge headache. I had a huge headache. It was so hot outside. I came home, I had a huge headache, so I laid down, didn't even look at screens for the rest of the day. So yesterday, I guess if you guys are wondering, I ended up finishing the day with 500. It was a lot cleaner than today. Kind of made some money, lost it, made some money, lost it, made some money, lost it, but I always made more than I lost, and so I was able to get myself to a $460 day. But then again, yesterday was also very, very slow, so there was nothing to take advantage of. This thing, maybe a couple of setups here, but that was pretty much it, unless that one, but I was gone by then. So quick little recap for yesterday. You guys didn't miss much. That's going to be it for this one, guys. If you guys enjoy my live streams, you guys watch my live streams or anything like that, please leave a thumbs up on this video. Please leave some comments down below. Any questions you guys have, let me know as well. And hopefully you guys ended the day green today. Hopefully maybe you guys came back, and if you were red, you were able to get some trades through here as well, and maybe get some profit back or losses back. But yep, you guys take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.